Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to another episode of Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, the podcast dedicated to all things spirituality and self-improvement. So today I want to talk to you about the full moon. It already occurred on the 25th, but the energies are going to last for a while. I want to talk about what that means for you and why we need to start asking our angels and guides for assistance right now. I know a lot of people have a hard time asking for help, but right now it is super important to learn how to ask others for help because we are being given the message to lighten our loads for what's about to come in. So we're going to be talking about the full moon, what it means for you, and why it's going to be important for you to learn how to ask your angels and guides for help. So there was a full moon on the 25th of January, and this full moon was known as the wolf moon. The reason it's known as the wolf moon is because this is the time of year when wolves, you can commonly hear them howling at the moon. So it's kind of a simplistic explanation of why it's called that. But what exactly does this full moon mean for you? This full moon is all about embracing what makes you happy and stepping into the spotlight. And now some of you are saying, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to step into the spotlight. What that really means is allowing yourself to be seen. And for many of us, that is a scary place. Most of us want to stay in the shadows. We don't really want to be seen or heard. But this is about speaking your truth and following your passion. What really makes you happy? And this is why it is so important to ask your angels and guides for help, because many of you have been stuck in this pattern of, I like to call it going on autopilot, where you get up, you go to work, you come home, you do the same thing over and over again, and your life has been lacking passion. It might be lacking passion in a lot of areas. For some of you, it might be your relationships. Others, it might be your job. Some of you, you might say, it's all of the above. I am just lacking passion everywhere. And I get it. The energies have been super heavy lately. And if you work in a field where you work with the public, if you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, maybe a flight attendant, you've been seeing these energies. You're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? People are nuts. That is always what happens when we have a full moon. I don't know why. I don't exactly understand myself why the energies are the way they are and why people just absolutely act insane when there's a full moon, but it's true. There are some of my students who have been just off the wall this week, and I didn't really understand what was going on, and then I saw, oh, there's a full moon. That's it. And someone even posted, I thought it was hilarious. She posted on Facebook, let's normalize calling off school when there's a full moon instead of, we can handle the snow and the ice, it's the full moon. And she's right. I can't explain it. And if you ask anyone who's a nurse or any of those fields, we can't explain it. We can just tell you that everyone's behavior is super off and odd when there's a full moon. It's just the way it is. But the full moon is a powerful time, and usually it's a powerful time to manifest. Right now, what the universe is wanting you to manifest are your desires. And they want you to speak your truth, stand up, and let your voice be heard. And again, I know for many of you, you're going to say, that's not me, I'm uncomfortable, I don't want to do that. However, many of you are light workers, and your voice needs to be heard. It doesn't mean that you have to have a national platform. Being a light worker can simply mean that you're there for others when they need you, or you're just that shining example of, I'm trying to work on myself and I'm trying to be positive and I'm trying to be better. And that's what other people are seeing, and it encourages them and inspires them. I have a friend who doesn't think that she encourages anyone, but she does just by being who she is. And we all need people like that. So some things that you can do to help bring this in or usher this in. Number one, now is a really good time to ask your angels and guides for help. I channeled some messages for the collective when I was doing a reading for TikTok. And what came up is that it's time to lighten your load. Many of you are taking on so many responsibilities and you maybe feel so drained. The energies have been very heavy and maybe you just feel like you can't go on. I was talking to someone else that I know who is a teacher and she just said, we shouldn't have to work this hard. Like, life isn't supposed to be like this. We shouldn't have to get up every day and work and go on. And honestly, she was right. We shouldn't be working the number of hours that we're expected to work. It really is not supposed to be that way. We spend more time at work than we do at home, and there's something wrong with that picture. But we need to start asking for help. The angels want to help us. They want us to lighten our load. And the message that came out is, give us your burdens. We are helping you. We are going to guide you. You need to focus on rest and self-care, because what's the number one thing that goes to the wayside when we start to get busy? It's rest and self-care. So they said, you need to focus on rest and self-care. We're working on your behalf. You have asked us. You have asked and prayed for these things. Rest assured that we are working on your behalf. Give us space to work and watch things move. This is all about letting go of control and just allowing the universe to come in and do what it's supposed to do. And for many of us, that is so hard, the giving up control. Oh my gosh. Because if we didn't have control when we were little, what do we want now? We want total control over everything. And the truth is, there's very little we have control over. The only thing we truly have control over is the way that we react to things. So we need to learn to let go and let God. Let go of control and just allow the unfolding, allow things to happen. Because the universe wants to bring us some amazing things. I love these mantras that I saw that I think are really good for this time of year right now. And you can pause this and you can write them down or just save this and come back to it and say it again. But these are some really good mantras for you to be repeating right now. Number 1 is, I am worthy of living my best life. The universe absolutely wants us to live our best life and wants to bring us everything. We've got to get out of our own ways sometimes. Know that we're worthy. I am worthy of living my best life. I desire to live vibrantly. So much of the time we're just going with the flow, but we're just not living in the moment. Like, we've checked out. We're so checked out. The universe wants us to live in the present. I desire to live vibrantly. Hey, maybe I'm not where I want to be right now, but I need to still be checked in and living in the present and fully aware of the blessings that I have around me. I will rule my reality like it is my kingdom. Claim that you have the authority to create the reality that is around you, because you do. I can stand in my power and roar like a lion. I attract my heart's desires now. I understand that the universe is working on my behalf. I allow the universe to bless me. I am fully trusting that the universe is supplying me with all of my needs now and forever. And trust in that. Get out of your own way. Get out of your head. It's time to figure out, what are your passions? What do you want? What does your heart desire? Time to start going after that. We are not here to live a mundane existence where we just tolerate our lives. We're supposed to be super happy. And if we're not, it's because we're not on the right path. We're out of alignment with what we're supposed to be doing. And that might scare some of you. It's not meant to scare you. It's meant for you to say, what's not working in my life? What do I need to change? Sometimes it's little things. Sometimes it's big things. Sometimes we get way off course. That's okay. It doesn't mean you're lost. You can still get back on track. But when you're way off course, you feel it. It feels uncomfortable, like this isn't where I want to be. So start asking yourself the following questions. What brings me joy? What makes me feel stuck or trapped in my life? There's where we need to start. How can we start fixing those little things? How can we stop doing more of the things, like start doing less of the things rather, that make us feel trapped and stuck? Start doing more of the things that bring us joy. And just start doing little by little. That's where it really starts. Now, I wanted to pull some cards for you today to help get you even more messages for what's coming in and what you maybe need to work on. And I'm pulling some cards from Angela Rose's deck. I was gifted this deck of cards by a good friend of mine, Ginger, and I'm super grateful for these cards. Let's see what they have to say to us. These are some things that maybe we need to work on this week. So the first card that came out, and this makes total sense because the message coming out with the full moon is you need to stand in the spotlight. And like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have to get out in front of people. It might just mean you need to shine where you are. You need to be who you are, but also shine your light for others to see. And so the message here is you have a gift to share with the world. You have a special divine gift that you are here to gift the world. We can be so close to our own genius that we don't see our gifts as special, but they are. What makes you you? How can you bring your natural God-given gifts into the world? Come back home to you. The action that goes with this card is brain dump and make a list of all the things you feel passionate about, that you love, and the things that come natural to you. Name all the things others have said about you that come naturally to you. Are you kind, passionate, have great people skills? The mantra that goes with this card is, I am uniquely designed and divinely made. It's time to share my gifts with the world. I love that. So what makes you you? Where do you shine? It's time for you to step into that and to truly claim that and work on that. And for some people, it's just being there for other people. You might be one of those people that others feel like they can come and talk to you about things, and you just being who you are, it helps them immensely. We all have different gifts. What are you particularly good at? What do people say that you are good at? Time to step into that role. The next card that came out is you have survived 100% of the obstacles in your life. You've got this. Give yourself credit. You have come so far in life. Keep going. This is so true. If ever you get discouraged that you're not where you want to be, or that things don't seem to be moving as quickly for you as you would like them to be, I want you to do this one thing. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and ask yourself this question. Where was I 6 months ago? A year ago? Am I better than I was then? Chances are you are. You've made progress. You may not be where you want to be, but you're different than you were. Give yourself credit for all of the accomplishments that you have achieved in that period of time, because it's not easy. It's never easy, but you've done it. You've done the work. You need to give yourself credit and applaud yourself. The action that goes with this card is list all of the obstacles you have overcome. Claim your strength to yourself and the world. And again, this is all about standing in your power. I have had so many forces come against me, and guess what? I'm still standing. I'm still here. They did not take me down, and they're not going to, because I am strong. I'm standing in my power. I'm standing in my faith. I know who I am. Celebrate that. Those things that came against you, they did not win. You're still here. You have achieved a victory, and you've lived to tell about it. You need to celebrate that. The mantra that goes with this card is, I will keep going. I was born to shine. I love that. And it's so true. They say that which does not kill you makes you stronger, and it's true. There are things that come against us that should have totally shut us down. You think about all the things that have happened in your life. Some people never recover from half of the things that we've had to experience. But you are so strong and you are so tough and you're resilient. And not only did you survive, most of you are thriving. How many people can say that? There are so many things that kill other people. And you're standing here stronger than ever before. You need to acknowledge that and celebrate that, because that's a huge accomplishment and a big deal. The next card that came out for you is emotions. Emotions are energy and motion. When we suppress our emotions, they can get stuck in our body and show up as physical pain. Allow yourself to feel the feelings, even if it feels uncomfortable. It won't last forever, I promise. Feel it to heal it. It's so true. I am writing my second book, which is almost done. And it's all about the grief journey. It's about losing my mom and losing my kid's dad, and how we're able to go through the stages of grief, and how do we process that? When everything seems overwhelming, how do you process it? And the one thing that I know is I have seen family members who chose not to process that grief, and they just pushed it down. And it's like self-destruction 1,000%. I mean, people in my family who aren't choosing to process this, I don't recognize them anymore. It's sad. They've become a shell of who they were, all because they chose not to process those emotions. And I know it's difficult, and I know nobody wants to feel the pain, but you have to. You have to feel it in order to heal it. And there are times when it'll hit me, and I will be taking a bath at night, getting ready to go to bed. And I'll put on sad music and just cry my eyes out, because you have to get it out. You can't hold on to that. You can't not process it, because it's going to come out in destructive ways. It's going to come out as self-sabotaging behavior. You have to process it. And I get it. Nobody wants to feel that. And if you're from the generation that I was, I'm Generation X, I was told, stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Or suck it up. And here's the thing. I don't think our parents were trying to be mean when they said that. I think they were just trying to figure out a way to get us to stop crying about silly things. But we learn from that it's not safe to express our emotions, and that we shouldn't express them, and that's a sign of weakness, or we're being needy, or we're being too much. You're not. You have to express those. If you don't, you're going to implode. You are going to self-destruct. You have got to feel your emotions. And it's rough because nobody likes to feel that way, but I promise you, if you process it and you get through it, you get to the other side where you feel better. So don't hold it in. The action that goes with this card is allow yourself to feel just how you feel without judgment. If you need to journal it, write it down, scream it, say it, whatever you need to do. Allow yourself to feel it and express it. The mantra that goes with this card is, I allow myself to feel it all. Because it's only after getting through it and expressing it that you can truly feel better again. And I'm not going to tell you that you'll immediately feel better. Although, after I've had a session with a coach or a counselor where I explain everything I'm feeling, I do feel better. It may not be immediate for you. You may have to do things several times. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. It goes so deep sometimes. But eventually, you feel better. And you're glad that you processed it. And the only thing that happens when you don't is we push it down deep. And maybe you go out one night. I talk about this in my first book. You go out with your friends and you're drinking, and then a song comes on and it triggers you, and then you just spew everything all over the place. And then that's so embarrassing, and you feel like an idiot. And you're like, why did I do that? It's because you haven't processed it. It's so much better if you can process your emotions when and where you want to and in the way that you want to. And it's healthy for you to get it out. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you shouldn't feel what you feel. Your feelings are absolutely valid and you need to explore them. The last card that I pulled for you from this deck is self-love. Fully lean into you. You are made perfectly by the Creator. You are whole in your light and in the parts of you that feel uncomfortable. What do you love about yourself? What makes you you? Self-love, this is really where it all begins, and where most of us fall short because we were told, not necessarily directly, maybe you were, but most of us just, as kids, we didn't know how to process things, and so when we were yelled at or we were told no, we took that as we were not worthy, we were not loved, and that really wasn't the case. Or if we had parents who got divorced and then maybe one parent was a little distant, we took that as rejection, and it wasn't really rejection. We can't really understand that as kids, and we don't know how to process that, so it all gets processed as we were not good enough or we're not lovable. We have to work on that. If you find yourself having difficulty with relationships, you got to start with the relationship with yourself, and you have to heal that. That is exactly why I wrote my book, Beautifully Broken, and why I created my course, the 10-day intensive self-love course, because I wanted to help other people understand it starts with you. You've got to heal the relationship you have with yourself. Once you start learning to love yourself and you trust yourself, you'll realize that it doesn't matter what other people think, and it doesn't matter if you get rejected by other people, because as long as you love yourself, you're never alone. You never fear anything else because you have a deep trust in yourself and a love for yourself. And it sounds counterintuitive, but it all starts with you. And I teach you in my course how to set boundaries for yourself, how to put yourself first, how to love yourself, how to work with your strengths, and to build on anything you think are weaknesses. We all have strengths and weaknesses. It's learning how to work with that truly counts. And if you're interested in doing that, my course is on my website, and it's on sale right now for just $14. It's normally $20, but you can order it for $14 and you have access to the course forever. And it says 10 days, but you can take as long as you want to work through it. There's daily lessons and videos that go along with it, but it doesn't matter if it takes you a year to get through it. Everyone works through everything in their own time. And I just love that there's something, because I had something like that to help me when I was working through those emotions. It's really important to start building that relationship with yourself. The action that goes with this card is place a hand on your heart and feel your heartbeat. Breathe deep into your heart. Ignite the flame of love for yourself. You are your life's purpose. Another thing we did in the Patreon group was we wrote love letters to ourselves. And I know when people hear that, they're like, oh my gosh, that's so corny. But actually, it's an amazing way to heal, because what you do is you tell yourself all of the things you needed somebody to say to you that you never were told. And it really taps into the deep part of you that needs love and needs that healing and needs the acceptance. And that is one of the things I love about our group is we always end up having discussions. We do card readings, but they always end up turning into such positive discussions that are healing, and it's such a positive group. If you want to be a part of that, you can join for free. There's a free trial where you have a 7-day free trial. You get an extra episode of my podcast each week that's commercial free. And when I interview guests, you get the video of the interview, and I also have extra things like guided meditations there. Plus, you can join us on a live, and be with us face-to-face through Zoom, where we have wonderful conversations. I do card readings for people. It's just a great group. Love to have you there. You can sign up for free, and if you decide you don't like it, cancel it. No obligation to stay. There is a mantra that goes with this card too. It is, I am loved, I am whole, I am worthy, I matter, I deserve to be here. And that is so incredibly true. All of those things, you deserve it all. And it's time that you start living your life that way. So this full moon energy is all about stepping into your power, standing in the spotlight, deserving the praise that you deserve, and finding your passion, because you deserve to live a happy life. Now, before we end this show, I want to talk to you about a podcast, The Curious Cat. If you are into scientific exploration and a little bit of the spooky, then look no further. Curious Cat is a podcast that will do all of those things. Listen to Curious Cat on all of your favorite podcast apps. And if you would like to join us on Patreon, the link is in the show notes. You can join for a free 7-day trial. And if you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please leave a positive review from wherever you're listening. And as always, the greatest compliment you can pay me is to share this podcast with anyone you think might benefit. If you want to work with me, you can go to my website, melissaoatman.com. I offer readings, Reiki sessions, and past life regression. I also do one-on-one coaching. There are a number of ways you can work with me. Simply reach out. I would love to talk to you. I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing and beautiful week. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.